Good morning, besties. Happy Thursday. The morning sun is so bright, I can't. Okay, that's a bit better. How are you guys all doing? I hope you're so well. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jenny and I share content on all things fitness, wellness and lifestyle. So please make sure to subscribe so that you can see more from me. Sorry about this lighting. It is a bright and sunny Thursday morning. It is past 7 a.m. I did snooze this morning and I did contemplate staying in bed. But I have not missed a single workout this week and I did not plan on missing today's. So we made it to the gym. It is leg day today, so we've got about an hour and a half to get a really good session in. It's my second leg day of the week, so I thought I'd take you guys along with me. I'll do a little voiceover talk through of the whole workout because I think a lot of you guys do want to see more of my workouts and see more of that and hear more about my training. I'm feeling good, feeling really strong. I'm tired, but hopefully we can catch up on some sleep tonight. I'm just so glad that we're nearing the end of the week and I literally cannot wait for Friday. Like, I feel like every week, like, I'm just getting more and more excited for Friday. I had a couple of dates as my pre-workout snack. I had 2 dates and I just did take some pre-workouts. That's about it. I was so sore from my leg day on Monday. I was sore until yesterday and then I did a long run slash easy run. I can't really do easy runs, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. I did like a long slash easy run yesterday. I think that probably helped with the recovery a lot, and I've been trying to eat good and eat in my protein. Let's get to the gym, have a great session. I will see you guys in there. Bye. Okay guys, welcome to my leg day. Now I would say this is a more glute focused leg day, but we do have a little bit of calves thrown in there because we cannot forget about our calves. As always, we start off with a really strong warm-up. Now if you've watched my videos before, you know I usually start off on the treadmill, but today I was a little bit tight for time, so I decided to skip that. And we headed straight into our dynamic stretching warm-up routine. So I head over to the mats, and the first movement I always do is child's pose into, I think it's called cobra. I actually am not 100% sure on the names, but yeah, this just really helps to relax me and kind of stretch out my whole upper body, back, everything. And then I do the cat-cow pose, which has been essential to my leg day warm-up. I introduced it at the beginning of this year and I think it's helped me so much with sort of my full back mobility, but especially my lower back, and has helped me sort of strengthen that area and stay injury free. And then after the cat-cow I go into my usual lunging stretch, which is so good for stretching out the hip flexor especially, as well as the hamstrings, the quads, just everything. And then I sort of lean forward a little bit and do sort of a stretch round. I don't know if that makes sense. I sort of put the arm of the opposite leg on the mat and then sort of twist round and kind of look behind me. That sort of stretches out the lower back. And then I also grab the ankle of the other foot as well. I hope I'm doing a good job at explaining, but you guys can obviously see what I'm doing. And I sort of grab that ankle, which really stretches out the hip flexor. Of course, I'm doing everything to both sides. And then after that, I do the 1990 stretch. I also try to do the 1990 stretch with sort of a, I don't know what it's called. I'm really like struggling with my words today, where you sort of kind of get up like this. And then after that, I also do these sort of internal and external rotations. Again, I hope that's what they're called, but this is what they look like. And I do about 10 on each side. And then after that I get on my back and I sort of do my deep core exercises. I have actually started introducing weights to these exercises, and these exercises have developed a little bit since I started them at the start of this year. I start off with dead bugs, and then I do these toe taps, and then I do this sort of glute bridge knee tuck movement. These are all so good at warming up your deep core and strengthening them. And like I said, I have started incorporating weights to these movements sort of to make them a bit more challenging and to further strengthen my core. And I think this has helped a lot with just warming me up appropriately, especially for leg day, and also ensuring that I stay injury free. I go into my deep squat movement. This is a must for leg day. It's so good at opening up those hips. And I go into sort of a hamstring stretch from the deep squat. This is such a good dynamic warm-up movement. And then I do some hip openers. I do about 5 to 10, sort of 5 to 10 clockwise and then 5 to 10 anti-clockwise. It always helps to hold on to something for a little stability, but these are also a must for really making sure that the entire hips and lower back are all warmed up and ready for all the difficult exercises we have coming. My warm-up today took about 10 minutes, which is exactly where you want to be. I say this all the time, but guys, please prioritize your warm-up and really prioritize setting aside time for it, because it is just not worth it to skip this step and then get injured and get hurt. Okay, so the first exercise we have for today's workout is Bulgarian split squats. I love this exercise. I know so many of you guys hate it and it is horrible, but it's just so good for glute growth and it's such a great all-round exercise. I just love it. You've just got to hate it and love it at the same time. It's just one of those exercises. So I start off without any weights just to figure out my positioning for that day, because sometimes your setup can be different every single day, but I usually like to use a box like this at this height. I find that this height is just great for me at the moment, but I know some people like to use something higher or maybe even something lower. Just find what works for you. And yeah, I always begin without any weight just to see where my positioning is that day and just to see how everything feels and get a bit warmed up. So I do a few reps on each leg without any weight. In terms of setup, I find that in order to make this exercise glute bias, you do need to have the working leg, so the foot of the working leg, a bit further out. I think if it's closer to the box, this exercise will be more quad focused, but if it's a bit further out, you can make it more glute focused. And when you are coming down, think of coming down sort of diagonally rather than in a straight line, and really make sure that you are getting a good stretch in your glute when you're at the bottom of the movement. Another tip that I find really helps with this is to sort of try and not let your knee go past your toe. So try and keep your knee exactly where it is, and that's sort of how you get that really great stretch and hinge on the hip to make sure that you are working that glute. It also helps to have a slight lean forward, so before you even start going down, before you start the movement, have a slight lean forward and then just really think about going down diagonally and pushing and hinging into that hip and that glute of the working leg. And then when you're pushing up, try and push up throughout the whole foot, but with a focus on the heel. That's really how you engage and push and use your glute muscle. I usually like to do 3 sets of this for about 6 to 8 reps, but today, because I was short on time, I decided to just cut it short at 2 sets. But what I did on my last set was I dropped the weight and then I just did a whole body weight set. So I tried to match 8 reps on each leg. I think I got 8, maybe I got 10, I cannot remember. But yeah, I just did a whole set body weight as well, just to really get that burn in, because these are the kind of things that you have to do when you are short for time. As a very busy girl with a 9 to 5 and just juggling lots of other things, I do often find myself cut short for time when it comes to my workouts, and it has been a journey trying to figure out how to still stay on track, stay consistent, and feel like I'm able to have good workouts even though I am short for time sometimes. And it definitely helps to just make these sessions as intense as you can with the limited time that you have. So one of the ways I deal with this is by sometimes having to skip a couple of sets, and this isn't always a bad thing. Like I said, you can cut your session short, but you can still have an intense and efficient workout. So if I skip a couple of sets, I'll try and make sure that I'm pushing myself in other ways. For example, with those Bulgarians, I really did push myself with the weights that day. I used a weight that I haven't used for a good few weeks/months actually. But then I also added in that body weight set at the end, which really just pushed me, not pushed me till failure, but just did push me without having to add too much time or effort by, doing another set or increasing the weights. So yeah, that's something that you'll see me do even with this next exercise, which is glute hyperextensions. I do only 2 sets of this also, but I add in a body weight set after every single set, which is called a drop set, by the way. When you drop the weight and just keep going. I actually do go until failure with these, and yeah, it just feels so good, feels so great. With the glute hyperextensions, I aimed for 12 to 15 reps. I use a 15 kg plate as my weight, but I still find it very difficult, and I don't think I made it to 15 reps. Went for as many as I could and then dropped the weight, and then went for as many as I could with just my body weight. And then my next exercise is the leg press, but I do make sure to make this glute biased. Just as I did with the Bulgarians, I warm up without any weight. I took all the weights off the machine and just really get a feel for how the movement feels that day for my body, for the machine on that day, whatever it is. I think I'll do about 10 reps without any weight, see how my depth feels that day, just everything. And then I went ahead and added my weight. I think I worked at about 50 kg to begin with. It's not really anywhere near my working weights, but it felt particularly heavy on that day, so we just went with that. And like I said, it's so important to listen to your body and how you're feeling on that day. I think pushing myself with the first two exercises kind of left me feeling a little bit tired, and like I said, I wasn't resting for as long as I usually do because I was so short for time. So we just worked with this weight to begin with, going as deep as I can without compensating anywhere else. So in order to make this exercise glute biased, you want to have your feet quite narrow and quite high on the foot plate on the machine. So my feet are about shoulder width, maybe even a little bit narrower, and they are sort of at the top of the plate as high as they can go. This is how you can get the biggest stretch on your glute and therefore bias the glute. For me, this is again such a great exercise for glute growth. And then last but not least, we have calf raises. I like to use the standing calf raise machine. I think I had about 40 or 20 kg on there, and I'd like to go for quite a high rep range, about 10 to 12 reps on this, but I did find it hard. And then again, once I was done, I just did a few bodyweight reps just because we were short for time. I think I did about 2 sets of this one as well. But yeah, keep the intensity high by dropping the weight and just doing some body weight reps after each set. With calf raises, I try and make sure that I'm getting a full range of motion, really feeling that stretch in my calves when I'm at the bottom of the movement, and then pushing through completely with my calves, keeping my whole body and core engaged. But yeah, that is it for my workout. I think it was such a short but efficient and effective workout, keeping it nice and simple with just 4 exercises. But guys, that is more than enough if you are training with intention and intensity for every single rep of every single set of every single exercise. Yeah, if you have any questions about any part of this workout, then please do let me know. But yeah, that is it. Hey besties, it is a little bit later in the day. I had a really solid gym session. I guess the only thing that was missing was my usual little treadmill routine that I did at the start, which does add about 5 to 10 minutes. But I felt pretty good for time. I was able to do my whole workout, except that I didn't get to do that. But it's fine, I usually never skip that. I felt good, I felt strong. I was able to push myself with the weight on at least the Bulgarians, which is the hardest exercise. And then I still feel like I got a good workout in with the rest of the exercises. I hope you guys found that useful. I know that quite a lot of you do want to see more of my workouts, and you guys really like my week of workouts. I think I might have mentioned in one of my previous videos that my weekly split has changed. So yeah, I really do want to do an updated week of workouts. If you want to see that, please let me know. I do really want to film that. I'm working out like 6 days a week now, but I'm really enjoying it. It's tiring, but it's going to be like that in the beginning, especially when I'm like getting back into my 5:30 a.m. routine, and I'm just learning to adapt. And I think food and fueling is becoming a really big part of it. I think I'm like learning slowly like how best to fuel myself, and like I really notice a difference when I've not eaten properly before a workout or after a workout. And yeah, there's just so many parts to it to ensure that your body is able to perform well, as well as recover and rest well as well. Like I said, I have been feeling extra tired lately, so I think sleep is something that I'm gonna try and focus on again. Like, I think I'd say I've always been really good with my sleep. Like when I was quite young, I just prioritized it, and I just made sure that I was really good at protecting my sleep, protecting my 7 to 8 hours and getting that. But I think over the years I've kind of let it go a little bit, and I think a lot goes into having a good night's rest. And a good night's rest is really, really important, especially when you're putting your body through a lot throughout the week. So yeah, maybe in the coming weeks, I'm really going to try and focus on improving my sleep and making sure that I'm sleeping well so that my body and my mind and everything can rest and recover really, really well. Keep watching. I'll definitely let you guys in on that journey and how it goes. But yeah, feeling really good for the time being. I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but I'm currently in this in between stage where I'm staying with my parents for a little bit. I do come back to my flat occasionally, but yeah, I'm sort of in between places, which makes it difficult for sort of routine. And yeah, it makes things a little bit difficult, but I think I've been really good at protecting my routine and going to the gym and eating well. It's hard, but I've been managing. Yeah, just like my morning routine is so important for that. But like getting my steps in, it's harder when I'm not here because I don't have my walking pad. Or but then surprisingly, like when it comes to food and eating, I've been actually really good when I'm not here, when I'm at my parents'. But hopefully, I can get back into a solid routine and be in one place again, which I'm really, really excited for. I think I'm going to be even more locked in. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty locked in right now, but I'm going to be even more locked in when I'm in one place again for the foreseeable future. So yeah, really, really excited for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this new series. I didn't really give a proper intro to the series, but let's just say it's a continuation of my big lock-in series, which I did at the start of the year for the first 3 months, where I was locking in with all my goals. We are over halfway through the year now. I don't know, I guess we could do a little catch up about my goals and how I'm feeling. But yeah, this series is just documenting how I'm staying locked in and how I'm balancing everything, working my 9 to 5, creating content, trying to eat well, trying to move well, trying to look after my body, and just continue becoming the happiest, healthiest version of myself. Let me know if you guys enjoyed, how you guys are doing with your goals, if your goals have changed, if you're staying on track or if you've fallen off track. Falling off track and having dips in your journey is completely normal. I've had so many dips this year so far, and it's all just part of the journey. I'm proud of you guys wherever you are in your journey, and thank you so much for following along with my journey. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. It means a lot, and thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.